Jeroen.
Hey, Lydia.
Hey.
Hey.
The thing is that you speak English,
Yes, I do.
but you're born in
Netherlands.
Netherlands, but you understand Swedish.
Nobody knows, but I do understand Swedish. Yes, I do. Jag gör.
Du gör. Is that good or bad at your work?
It used to be good, and now everybody knows. So it's okay now.
So, okay. Why don't we start about talking about Randstad globally? Because you have tremendous of information globally. Tell me more about that.
Well, if you ask me to talk about Randstad on a global level, then you challenge me to be brief. And that's difficult. But I will take the challenge and try to be a bit brief. Besides data, facts and figures that you can find on the internet, Randstad is a big company, that's for sure. Let me share you the mission of Randstad, which is shaping the world of work. Randstad, and you saw it in the short presentation, each and every day we have more than 500,000 people that we put to work. More than 500,000 people where we make a difference. Whether it is in supporting their families, finding another job, building up a career, creating extra work experience, all those kind of things, that's what we do. We call it shaping because, you know, the whole world is changing fast, especially in our world when it comes to recruitment. And therefore, Randstad is investing in startups of all kinds of HR technologies. And like we here do today, we contribute in topics like employee branding. Was that brief enough? Did I
that was brief
take the challenge?
No.
Thank you very much.
Tell me more about the local business, Randstad in Sweden.
If we take the local one, in Sweden we are now approximately 10 years active. And I'm proud to say that we have a couple of thousand people working in Sweden where we make a difference, and they make a difference for us. If you talk about Sweden in itself, for us we are proud to say that it's our belief that if Randstad Sweden would leave today, which we by the way will not, but if we would leave today, then tomorrow Sweden would experience that they miss an HR solution provider which is very respectful and ethical. That is what Sweden would miss. But we won't leave. Our mission is also shaping the world of work, but then in Sweden. And therefore, first of all, I'm happy that you are here supporting us in the second Randstad Award in Sweden. That's our part.
Well, thank you, and good answer. Tell me about the reason of the award, because we're talking about the survey. Tell me more about that. Why is this important?
Well, let me start first with the fact we don't do the survey. It's an independent survey built by ICMA. And ICMA built up the biggest global survey when it comes to employer branding. And what they specifically do is they take the whole working age population into consideration. And we as Randstad use the survey in order to fulfill our mission, shaping the world of work. That's what we do.
Now, I think everyone in this hall are quite aware of that employer branding is extremely important. But I would like to hear your words on this, because actually you work with this company who really are interested in service like this.
We do. Well, oddly enough, there are two major trends. First, if you look at Europe, we have a rather high unemployment. That also counts for Sweden, especially if you take youth unemployment into consideration, which would be an interesting topic to discuss about, but not now. On the other hand, we see that companies experience a lack of talent, scarcity of talent. And in order to attract, and let's not forget to retain the right staff, you have to make sure that as a company you have a strong employer brand. Having a strong employer brand, nicely said, but first of all you need to know what your employer brand is. Then, if you know what your employer brand is, you can accept it and digest on it and define, okay, but where is it that I want to be, based on the people that I want to have in my company in the future. That's the thing that we supply those companies with. All those 150 companies will receive a report which shows them what their current employer brand is and will enable the companies to work on it. And whether they do it with or without Randstad is not that relevant in this case. It's about building on an employer brand. And for us, it creates insights in the needs of the companies and scarcity levels, which is important for us to know. And that's exactly the reason why we are so happy to see that this whole award is developed into, well, an enormous event adding value.
Would you say that the more modern time we have, the more the answers will change? Can you put this in some perspective in the future? I mean, the future for many of us is tomorrow. For others, it's 5 years. Could you say something about that?
Of course, future will change and demands will change. Working population will change. If you're connected to Sweden, maybe your parents present here or from the public, they thought about jobs for life. Well, those days are over. We have generations that are not even interested in a fixed contract. They think about other topics. That means also that if you have an employer brand defined today, well, you better be aware that it's developing over time. And it's something you have to be aware of. And I'm glad as Randstad, like you saw, working in 23 countries, we give an overview of how those brands develop. And I think, well, I'm proud of it to be part of that part.
And Jeroen, you know what? You will actually come back to the stage, but for now I'll say thank you.
Thank you very much, and see you later.
Jag will.
Tack.
Tack, varsågod.